Hello. I was thinking that I should make a video to talk about what kind of game that I would want to make. This is a little bit late, given that we're 2 sessions in already. But what kind of a DM that I want to be? What kind of a game I want to make? What kind of story? Like, kind of almost like what's allowed, what's not allowed, kind of thing. Um, and obviously, we're figuring this out as we go along. I am figuring this out as we go along. And also, if you would prefer to read this information rather than watching or listening to this video, I would be happy to write it out and email it to you. But for most of you, I don't have email addresses. So, um, yeah. So, I want you to have fun. I want there to be lighthearted, even cartoony moments of fun. But I don't want to prevent serious events from happening. Even to the point of letting a player character die. I don't aim to kill your heroes, but I could still see it happening, given the right circumstances. I'd love it if some things in the game caused us to feel deeply, like watching a season finale of Walking Dead or something. Um, Not that I want to create Walking Dead, really, but like not quite that much tension and angst, but back to the fun. I'd like to have fun, but I am okay with player conflict, where your characters disagree or even fight about something. Um, but I wouldn't want to let this happen if it ruins the game for somebody. Um, and I mean ruins the game so that they're so upset that they don't want to come back again. Uh, I I want something that we can all enjoy. And so, I mean, I'm figuring that out. You're figuring that out. Yeah. And now I'm just going to read a blurb. I say a blurb of kind of what I've been doing lately and challenges I'm facing as a DM. So you can stop it here if you want. But here's some of my thoughts on doing this game and also what you might expect to see happening yet. When I started reading the parts in the quest about the town of Phandalin and onward, I honestly thought, so basically, once you leave the Goblin Cave, part 2 onward, I honestly thought, hey, there's a ton of stuff for the players to do here. And there's very little in the story to drive the characters forward. I got worried because my worst fear is that the game bogs down and everybody gets bored. Or just that the story continues, but there's no one really cares about it. Like, it doesn't really make sense as to why you're there or what you're doing. Um, I think part of my love of drama just kind of requires that. I don't want to do a game where nobody really cares what they're doing and nobody really knows why or what the point of it is. Um, So, as a result, I started writing down ideas of how how the different optional subplots all tie into the main story, um, or at least tie into each other, as well as adding tension around them and the main plot. And I find this to be difficult, but it is a fun challenge. But I've actually gotten myself too overwhelmed at points, and honestly very worried that all the extra ideas and the extra subplots that are written in won't actually get discovered anyway, and so they'll just be useless, or that you'll discover them, but they'll be pointless anyway somehow. But or that I will go so far as to try to make every little thing so important that you will feel like railroaded into doing too much stuff. So here's my solution. Here's what I figure I will do to prevent these things. I will do my best to build the world around you. If you make a decision to do something, that will be the thing that gets the detail and gets the story and gets the that will be the thing that matters, basically. I guess is what I'm saying. And so I want your decisions to have weight, and And whether I've written extra stuff that doesn't get seen, that's totally fine. Most of the ideas I write down are half baked anyway, and they only get fleshed out once we start doing something with them. And your guys' decisions affecting the story is always actually the most interesting part, because it's a dynamic storytelling event, and that's what the game is supposed to be. So if you make a decision to go right, just like in real life, you will probably never get to see what would have happened if you had gone left, but you will have a cool story and hopefully fun.